Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, guys. In this video, we will be discussing XPR Network, Ethereum on steroids. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon, so do check that out as well, only if you're interested. And folks, keep your assets safe, and for that you guys can check out the Crypto Growth exclusive discount offer on Decent. Decent is convenient, safe, and secure. You can check out their biometric wallet, which has got a phenomenal $50 off. And you can also check out their biometric wallet 2x package, guys, which has got an astonishing $129 off, only if you follow the link in the description box below. By the way, folks, Decent supports 3,000 plus of your favorite coins and tokens, and it supports 50 plus blockchain mainnets. I personally prefer storing the assets in a cold hardware wallet, so do check out Decent and be safe. Anyways, guys, now let us look into the price and chart of XPR and Metal at the time of the recording, and let's see what they have been up to lately, guys. So this is XPR Network, guys. It is up 1.68% for the day. If we look at the all-time chart, guys, it is down 98.75% still. In the yearly chart, it is testing some crucial support levels, so nothing much has changed. The entire market, guys, has been bloody recently. As far as metal is concerned, guys, this is the monthly chart, and out of a lot of projects I know, metal has performed really well in the last 1 month, guys. So it has sustained itself, although in the yearly it is also testing some crucial levels like XPR, so both are reciprocating each other to a certain extent, but I would really like the volume to pick up. But the market cap, guys, it is really down 7.41% for the metal. So guys, let's see what we have here. So this is Marshall Hayner, guys, reposting. Look at this, August 7th. Want to try the technology behind what Vitalik Buterin called Ethereum on steroids. XPR Network is built on the EOS, now Antelope stack, and has many performance benefits over traditional EVM blockchain and compiles from TypeScript to WASM. Join the developer chat below. Developers can access XPR Network's documentation here, have an idea for a project. XPR Network has a grants program. Where does one store XPR safely? The WEBAUTH wallet, their own native wallet, guys. So I was going through Marshall's posts and reposts, so I came across this post over here, guys. Catch us for an overview of Metallicus DDPN, Metal Layer 2, and the digital banking network at our Ethereum Global Super Hack 2024 workshop. So guys, check this out. This is recent. This was streamed 4 days ago from Ethereum Global Super Hack, introducing Metal Layer 2, Metallicus, and the digital banking network, guys. So this is 27 minutes long. You have to check this out yourselves, but we're going to be looking at bits and pieces of this to see what conversations do we have.
It's interesting to me today because I do not need to introduce just one speaker. It's like four of them. So I'm super excited. Just waiting forward for their presentation. Yeah. I'm just admitting a few more people to the room.
Let's see what Marshall has to say over here, introducing Metallicus.
2009 entrant to the industry. Will be available to any developer as part of Super Hack that wants to build on Metal L2 and join the network. So without further ado, introducing Metallicus. Metallicus, the digital banking network. We connect traditional finance to Web3 through compliant blockchain technologies. So founded by Marshall, who's with us today, in 2016, a 2009 entrant to the industry, which I don't think you hear too often. And Metallicus very much set off with the vision of bringing compliant blockchain solutions to the industry to support TradFi well before it was fashionable. So this isn't a flavor of the week for us. It's been the mission of the company since the very beginning. We're backed by an advisory board of ex-Federal Reserve members. Most of our executive team are bankers from banks like BNY Mellon, Citibank, Northern Trust, and so forth. And we very much are looking to bring blockchain solutions to TradFi to really empower the industry, as I'm sure everyone very much wants a digital currency future. The first product that was brought to market by Metallicus was MetalPay. The Venmo of crypto, as it's been coined many times before, and that was built off something called proof of process payment. So you would send money between friends on MetalPay, and you still can do today, but then you would be rewarded with ERC20 tokens, MTL, which, fun fact, is one of the first tokens listed in Binance a long while back, or almost 50 years in the era of cryptocurrency back then. And then since we have brought a series of products to market, which Marshall is going to talk about a little bit more, where the core developers on 3 blockchains, a layer 0 metal blockchain, which is built for financial institutions and credit unions to deploy their own private subnets. A layer 1 XPR network. Mainnet has been live of that since 2020. Is a fork of Antelope, and we've brought several different applications to that chain, which are all part of the digital banking network, including a digital identity protocol. And then, as we've mentioned, have launched Metal L2. And joining the superchain, we want to bring our banking expertise, the compliant product stack that we have, and obviously a compliant and regulated fiat on-ramp to make it as seamless for anyone that wants to build on L2. And eventually, we'll be bringing more of the stack to the rest of the superchain. So all of these fantastic digital banking tools will be available to build with. We're very focused on compliance. We always ensure that we're meeting standards set by regulators. We are constantly meeting with regulators to ensure that our products are compliant. Eventually we will step towards bringing those to mainstream finance. So quick overview of Metal L2, and we've had a few questions already. There are a lot of L2s in the space, and what makes Metal L2 different. So
typically you have to pay some sort of fee if you're using Curve, even though it's a low fee with the bonding curve. It's still you're still paying something. With Metal Dollar, there's no fee, so one-to-one instant interaction. And in the future, credit unions and banks that we onboard into Metal blockchain will connect into that stablecoin. Soon we'll be bringing that to Metal L2 and the superchain as well. Right now it's just on XPR Network, but we will be expanding it out. WEBAUTH wallet, that's our non-custodial wallet. So if you're familiar with MetaMask, other crypto wallets, it's a really fantastic product. Our vision for that is to bring web authentication to the superchain, and that's one of our prizes that we're focused on for this hackathon, for this hackathon. Where anybody that's interested in passkeys or web authentication, I'd urge you to check it out and build on Metal L2. And that's recently supported in the latest superchain Optimism Fjord upgrade. So now you can finally do that. WEBAUTH wallet was actually the first crypto wallet to use web authentication on XPR Network, and we hope to bring that to the superchain and Ethereum and other blockchains as well. MetalX, this is our decentralized trading platform, our DEX. It's kind of a hybrid between both because it uses digital identity, it uses the fiat ramps of MetalPay, and soon we'll have other ramps as we expand Metal blockchain. And it's just a great platform for trading. This is what powers MetalPay, and we're looking to bring this to Metal L2 soon enough and open source that as well. Metal blockchain, this is what we call our layer 0, and it's a fork of Avalanche. So it does support the EVM and Ethereum. The idea behind Metal blockchain was that credit unions, banks, financial institutions, it's very difficult for them to come onto public layer 1 blockchains. You have seen some adoption like the BlackRock Biddle Fund and other things like that, but you typically won't see banks themselves coming onto the layer 1s because there's not much control for the credit union and the bank around a public blockchain. For example, in most cases, like like Bitcoin or other blockchains, you need 51% of the hashing power to take control. That's too much risk for a financial institution. So we came up with the idea of let's make a public chain that can secure private chains. And so in the same way that Avalanche has the subnet architecture, Metal Blockchain has that as well. And in the world of subnets, it's kind of new. There's not many, right? Our vision is to bring subnets to the banking world and the credit union world. So in the future, your credit union, your bank will have their own subnet, and getting stablecoin in and out from that subnet is going to be very easy. And Metallicus is also working on building those bridges, for example, to Metal L2 and to the greater Ethereum ecosystem, superchain ecosystem. This is the vision. So right now we have over a dozen, I think, signed up credit unions announced publicly for Metal Blockchain. We'll be introducing more. It's a slow rolling thing. So when people say, you know, where are the docs for the digital banking network? We'll share with you the docs that we have, but unfortunately we don't have any credit unions live yet, but that should change very soon. I don't know, Will.
So guys, what do you guys think about Marshall building the infrastructure that can be called Ethereum on steroids? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon, so do check that out. Like I always say in the end, until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.